Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. We are joined right now by Brenda Antinore, who is director of She Has a Name, a ministry of Seeds of Hope. 2017 winner of the Russell Berrie Making a Difference Award. Good to see you, Brenda. How you doing?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Tell everyone what She Has a Name is and why it matters so much.
She Has a Name is a ministry to women who are suffering in addiction and resort to prostitution on the streets here in Camden, New Jersey. These are women that come from our neighborhoods. They're somebody's mother, sister, daughter, friend, and they just really lost their way and need hope. And so the ministry is so important because the ladies really need a loving touch, one that encourages them to really take that step, you know, and just step out of whatever brought them here. Nobody wakes up one day and decides that this is the way they want to live their life. And so we love the ladies. They're beautiful to us, and we're going to fight for those who can't fight for themselves.
How'd you get involved and why?
Wow. Well, the short part of that story is, without saying a lot, is about 25 years ago in my own personal life. My husband and I, he was a lawyer, I was a high school health teacher with 6 children, living in the suburbs, found ourselves in some serious marital problems. The unfortunate result of that was an introduction to cocaine, which took us down a road of devastation for about a year. And during that time, a lady who was a neighbor who lived next to us in the big neighborhood that we lived in, instead of looking at us with disdain and disgust, moved towards me with kindness and love. And to be very honest with you, my life has never been the same as a result of that. And so my husband spent some time in federal prison. He was a real estate attorney for HUD. And obviously with addiction, a lot of things happen that you would never do. And so during that time, he was just very, very burdened for men, their families, the destruction that can happen as a result of a bad decision. And really the whole ministry of Seeds of Hope started reaching out to men coming out of prison many, many years ago in a very family, real style way, like, hey, these are the real problems that we face. Let's be men together and, you know, kind of talk through these things and walk through these things. And the ministry just grew. And, you know, the Shan Ministry grew as a result of coming in and out for many years.
She Has a Name. That's the acronym,
She Has a
right?
Name. Right. And seeing these young women just in utter desperation and misery standing on the main road here, and it just gripped my heart like that this could be my own daughter. And so it started with some cold bottles of water in a very hot July summer, which this past July was 15 years since Shan started. Started with kindness, phone number, and some love, and it's just grown beyond anything that we could have ever imagined. And I can't imagine, Steve, doing anything else today. I'm so grateful to have the peace and the freedom that I have today, and that's available to anybody, you know, so.
Brenda, you know, I'm thinking about the fact that when we met each other in 2017 at the Russell Berrie Making a Difference Awards, we got to be together, and it was pre-COVID, obviously. So my question is, what has the impact of COVID been on the ladies, the women that you're working with, their lives, and the challenges and problems they face?
Yeah, that's really a great question. I have never honestly seen so many women, Steve, on the streets in the entire time we've been here. And I think more women, much more heightened level of desperation, because many of the resources just for basic needs, you know, being able to get a shower, being able to get food, being able to get a change of clothing, being able to even get an encouraging word, to be honest with you, you know, listen, that pretty much all that went away. So you find that, and listen, these women are disabled completely by addiction, almost to a woman. I'm not saying there aren't other circumstances, but for the most part, that would be sort of the catalyst, and maybe underneath of that some, you know, guilt, pain, shame, whatever. we were able to, really by the grace of God, stay present. And so we really just transitioned. We have been talking about being fully on the streets this summer because—
But how are you helping them? Are you handing out masks? What are you doing?
Oh yeah, masks, hand sanitizer, clean clothes, personal body wipes that can be used, you know, in any and every situation. The hardest part, I think, is that we have lost some intimacy in the way that we relate, because we're very, you know, we've built a family kind of community.
You don't hug in the same way, you don't touch in the same way, you don't connect in the same way. Is that fair?
Difficult, yes, and fair. So for me, I would say probably more so than my team member, which even my team, you know, to be very honest with you, I have about 3 ladies right now that are on a rotating basis with me that go out, because most of my team members are mothers that have school-age children at home,
Right.
and, you know, they're all doing virtual learning and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Let me try this. I'm gonna make sure I get this in. The Russell Berrie Award, what did it mean to you, and what does it mean to the organization?
Well, I mean, first of all, it was a tremendous honor. I never even in a million years expected to even be noticed, nor was I aware of the award. So for me, I was very humbled, to be honest with you, just to be in the company that I was in. I was so impacted that day, you know, of the award ceremony, just to be in the company of people who just have a burden, and
Yep.
they just are following it. I'm telling you, it was great. And then later that year, Steve, I think I had mentioned to you that, and here's a great impact, we had desired to have a home in another county for ladies returning if they had gone to rehab for over a year, or into some type of faith-based program where if they wanted to rebuild and didn't have a safe place to go, mind you, not a halfway house, but a family home. And that happened. We closed on a house February 2018. And I know, it's awesome. And we've had a couple of moms come through that had babies and have gone back out and are on their own now. And we've got a couple of ladies there. And we had a tough year in 2019, a lot of loss. And that was very difficult year, very difficult.
Hey, Brenda, I hate cutting you off. We're limited in time, but
Yes.
I need to say this to you. We've met hundreds of people. The foundation has recognized over 300 winners of this Making a Difference Award. And everyone is special in their own way. But the work you're doing is absolutely extraordinary with you and your colleagues. Be well, keep us informed, and you're welcome back anytime on our program on public television.
Thanks. Thanks,
All
Steve.
the best. I'm Steve Adubato. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.